Hello friends around the world. I am sharing a AI update for you now. Like me, you've been just under the cosh with every second someone's releasing something saying, hey, now you can just write a feature film on the back of a piece of toilet paper, and then 5 minutes later it comes back and it's all made. That's what we're getting. And this is not that tutorial. This isn't even really a tutorial. I just want to share something with you, which is where it is very, very useful. I'm using AI just to really specifically do something and this is really for if you're an art director, a creative director, live action director, you're pitching an idea, you need to do previs. You have an idea, you've got a visual idea, and you need to make it look good. This is now something that I'm using more and more, and I didn't mean to do it, and it's but I'm going to share it with you. So it's called Stable Diffusion, Automatic1111. I will share a link how to install it if you haven't. This is kind of the engine that the world's been using to make stuff. This is under the bonnet, and then they're releasing apps and things which do things. They tend to sit on this. This is kind of the workhorse. And it's massive. It's like literally opening up a Boeing and trying to work out what plug goes where. But you can do tiny little things, and this is one of them. So I'm going to share this with you. Boom. This is I've been asked to make some visuals for some branding for the company I'm working for. I'm not showing you. This isn't going to get used. These are just ideas. The one that we got into was, and I did ask Dali or someone to give me a Labrador wearing some cool glasses, and it gave me this. Make that Labrador do the peace sign, gave me this. So, I didn't do a lot. But then what I started to do was take this shot or whatever, and then I asked it to give me a Labrador lying on its side. So I started to piece it together, and I got to somewhere where I thought, well, actually, this is quite a cool shot. Now, what I want to show you is this is not good enough. And this is where this is a clever thing, which I learned from Albert, the nicest man on YouTube. I'm going to share his link. He'll teach you, he'll get you started. If you look at this, right, it's okay, right? But I mean, it's just an idea, because you can see there, I added a bit of water there. See there's some reflection. Obviously that's just bolted together. It's okay for an idea. That's the dog itself. There's a couple of things, the dog I've stuck the fingers on. So if you looked at it, you'd be like, okay, it's an idea, but it's not perfect. Now, so what I did was this. So this is where it starts to get a bit Jedi, a bit dark, devil worshippingly good. Cool. Using ControlNet. It's an extension. It's part of Automatic1111. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn ControlNet, enable it. I'm going to ask it to look at the depth map, which if you're in 3D, you know what you're talking about, but I'm not. But I find it out. It's just do it. And depth. You've got a bunch of different depth options, but basically the whole idea of depth is it looks at the distance, losing the title, and it gives you it just does everything. You don't need to do stuff for this point. And what you need to do is drag in the image, so you can see that. There we go. There it is. There's the image. It's kind of like I said, the bridge isn't cool, and there's a messy bit here and there, and the fingers aren't the right. So what you do is you take the artwork and then you describe it, which is what I've done here, right? So I've described it as a golden retriever wearing Ray-Ban sunglasses lying on its side doing the peace sign with its paw, an Amsterdam canal in the background, magic hour, yellow street lamps. And now this is where I picked up from people cinematic lighting, obviously, best quality, high definition, DSLR, 8K, whatever. All right, I did that. I have to put in the scale here. This is important. It's very important. And so that you know, let me just find out. So that you know, if you want to do some full length, ask for a full length picture. If you're lying on this side, it'll try and fit the gaps, the fill. So that's important to know. Image size 1584 396. Okay, so that's important. We'll just put that in here. 1584 by 396. look, at this point, I'm not going to do it. You could sort of start messing around with things, but in general, I'm using this checkpoint called Crystal Clear. I'll show you the difference, but let's just hit generate. That was literally it. Plugged him in, asked it to look at Kenny, and let's give it a go. Go on. So what I'm trying to turn this into is a finished piece of work, and yes, you can upscale it and do stuff to it. And then before you know it, you've got something you can print, something you can make a poster out of. How's that? So that's what it's given me. Is that good? I mean, it's kind of cool. It's not a lot of work. I mean, how long would that take you normally to get someone to pay you someone to do that before you didn't like it? Definitely, this is now working really well, right? That looks like his hand. So I like that. I don't know about the second one. Let's give it a go. Let's ask it again. Let's bring up the sampling steps to 30. Now that makes sense. More steps, it's going to be better res. I can't say if it's going to be a better image, but what it's obviously doing is taking the depth, the shape of what was there before, and no way. And then it's drawing within it, and that's what it does. So these are just a couple of. I mean, the quality's pretty bloody cool, isn't it? I don't know about the black thingy. Didn't ask for that. What about this? What's he got in his hand? Who knows? The lamppost. I mean, Christ. And this is just a really quick example. I mean, I could go on. I might get one I like. They're great. But could you see how I just took a nice idea and turned it into a finished piece of work? There we go. I've got a few more of these because it's like I said. If you are a visualizer, if you come up with an idea and you want to make it work, then this is a brilliant way to do it. So I hope this has been useful. Thank you for watching. Look out for the next. What I'm trying to do is not tell you that why aren't you making a feature film in 10 minutes or dazzle you with code. It is actually really user friendly. So thanks for watching. See you again.